I've even seen that you get attacked a lot. Or I wouldn't say, but people have sent you messages like, "Can you tell that story again?" You were giving dawah in the park, and then somebody left a message on your car threatening you, and that's why you're here in this. It's pretty cool to see you have all these guns, all legal, of course. You have these swords. You're ready for any situation.
Ready.
Yeah.
So this is one of the times where I was out there. My son Yusuf was with me. I think Musa was there as well. We pulled up to the, and again, these guys, when they come to debate, they don't give us a heads up, right? Any subject, they research, they spend all this time.
And then they ambush.
And they still get destroyed. The truth can never be hid. It's not because I'm good at debating. It's because Allah gives nusrah, gives help to the truth. So we pulled up and we saw these guys and we knew, all right, they're here. And there's a guy, especially, we know who it is. He was looking at us pulling into the park, right? So we parked and he quickly ran to go tell them. So he went in. We did what we do is we go to our table, we give our da'wah. We don't go out there and try to, have videos or content. We just give da'wah and we record it for the benefit of people. So David Wood came during the debate. When we pulled up, it was all good, right? Started debating. During the debate, I sent Yusuf to go get some water from the car. When he went with some brothers, there was a note that his people that were there had stuffed in the handle. And this was there because when we got there, it wasn't there. So it was put in by the people that were with him at that time.
What did it say in the note?
It said, it's online, but Sheikh Uthman, and they misspelled my name, stop da'wah, and they misspelled it, or, I don't know, whatever, some kind of threat. And it was like, we know your car, we know your house, And it was found while David was there. So it's not like they can try to act like, who put it. So we found it and we brought it and David even read it, And I ripped it up and I threw it and let him do whatever you want. After that, we got attacked at the park and it's on video by a guy with a baton and a knife. And, I was giving da'wah to these people who believe in a Korean Jesus. And this guy comes and he starts, cursing Islam, making fun of Allah, making fun of the prayer and stuff like this. And this guy had been at the park before. We knew who he was, but, he's whatever. He tried to get all crazy. And I was giving the videos online, by the way. Anybody can watch it. It was recorded because we were at the park. And, during the debate, this guy's, yapping away over there. And I'm trying to talk to this couple that believes in a Korean Jesus.
What's wrong with Korean Jesus?
I don't know, man. I don't remember the last time Koreans were in the Middle East. I don't know how he became Korean, but obviously the Prophet Jesus, peace and blessings be upon him, is from Al-Quds, from the area of Palestine. Currently, may Allah free it, but I don't know how he returned as a Korean man. I don't know how that happened. And he just died. He's already dead. I don't know what happened to the whole second coming and stuff that didn't come true, but anyway. So during this guy's yapping, and then when I finished, I went at him. I ran at him. I'm like, hit me. He's like, I'm going to clobber. I'm going to hit you. I'm like, hit me. I'm not scared of these guys. I've been through worse. I've been shot at. I've been, attacked before and back in the old days. And if I was willing to take that risk for a gang, a name, why would I be afraid for the sake of Allah, for the truth? I'm not scared of these guys. They've tried all kinds of things. This guy, when I ran at him, he runs away. I turn around, you can watch the video, right? I turn around, and he comes at me from the back. When I turn around, he runs away again. And the police was called, and he was arrested. These guys are cowards, Look, my friend that I grew up with, the girl that called me, another girl had called me, so I went to go see the other one. I gave this number to one of my friends. He went there, and it was a setup for me. They meant to kill me, right? When he got to the payphone and he made that call, people came out from every side. They blasted him 9 shots, including 357 to the head blown off. He died in my place. That was supposed to be me. So you think these guys are going to scare me? I've seen that. I buried him. And when I buried my friend, that day, when I put him down in the ground, and he was Catholic, he was not Muslim, I saw in his face this fear. And this was a brave guy. And I realized that life is not about money and fame, because we had it. I don't make money off that one. So at that time, we made money. And we were teenagers, right? So, we couldn't put it in a bank. We just wasted. So, we had everything, the cool clothing, because I grew up poor and I grew up struggling. But at that time, with all the drug money and stuff, we had money. We had girls, and you could go to school and just be like, her, like that, because you're up there, people want that clout. We had fame, I had a gang name. I would walk into school, you mention the name, people know who it is. Till today, they're Flickr pages and Twitter pages that talk about what happened to, and I'm not going to mention the name, but what my old gang name was and stuff. So with all of that, I saw him being buried. He was 20 years old. And I saw that nothing went in the grave with him. Not his money, not his fame, not his girlfriends. We had a 64 Impala at the time. We had pooled our money, had hydraulics and all that. Somebody else was driving his car. Every girl, he had mad girls. Like, he had kids from all these girls. Every one of them was crying on some other guy's shoulder. She went to home with somebody else that night. That day, his brothers were fighting over his clothes. We had these jackets called Ben Davis's, like this gangster thing at the time. He was like, that's mine. I was like, it's mine. He had money, we used to put on place in the house, already gone. So I said, you know what? Life has to have a purpose other than this. This can't be it, right? And when I brought that mindset, I went on a journey to try to find the truth, right? Even though I was raised from a Muslim household, I didn't want to just be like, okay, Islam because of that. I had already studied the Bible, but I studied more. I went to Baptist churches. I went to Mormon temples. I went to Kingdom Halls. I went to Jewish, Beth El, and I went to Hindu places. I went to Hare Krishna. I went to everything, and I tried to get the literature of every religion that I could to study the truth. And alhamdulillah, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I asked the questions from every way. Nobody had answers except Islam. When I would ask, like, how could Jesus be God and he's worshiping God? How could Jesus be the only way to salvation when there were prophets before him that didn't even know who he was? Right? And from that, alhamdulillah, Allah guided me to Islam. And then I said, I'm going to become a Muslim, and I'm not going to half-step it. No such thing as a halfway crook, but there's no such thing as a halfway Muslim. You got to try your best,